where we live, y'all, the tomatoes are coming in pretty fast now. And we know we love us some good tomatoes. So I'm gonna show y'all one of my favorite appetizers to make when I have friends in this time of year using those good old tomatoes. Now I have taken my puff pastry, and this is great. It's in your freezer department at your grocery store. And out of all the new convenience products that people have brought us out there, this is one of my favorites. To me, it is very, let me see what word I'm looking for. What am I looking for, Teresa? It's very...
Buttery.
No, it is buttery.
Flaky.
But it's very, well, y'all.
Convenient?
I'm having a brain poof. Yes, it is convenient, but it's very legitimate. I mean, it is good stuff.
In other words, instead of having to make it yourself, you feel very confident with this product.
Absolutely. It is a great product, and I just happen to be a big lover of puff pastry. The only thing I'm gonna need is a little flour.
Have you ever made your own puff pastry?
You know what? I have never made my own pastry, nor will I my puff pastry. And I probably never will, because I'm that sold on this frozen product. And I'm afraid if I did make it myself, I'd fall in love, and then all I'd be doing is making puff pastry and eating it. So
You could make me some baklava.
oh yeah,
I love when the Greek
I know.
festival.
All right, so I have measured out my puff pastry to match the size of my tomato. And these are Roma tomatoes. Now I've sprayed my cookie sheet and got me a little flour so I could cut these out good. And this has been sitting here for a while, so this dough is pretty soft. Uh-oh, I was trying to get ahead of myself. Okay. People just eat these up at cocktail parties. And this is just one way you can take advantage of this puff pastry. I mean, there's so many ways. So what you want to do first is take your puff pastry, and you can cut the circles out first and then brush them with olive oil, but to me it's just easier to just go ahead and brush the whole sheet at one time. Just saves a few steps. Y'all, it is raining so hard here, and if you hear something banging, it's the lightning and the thunder today. Little Gus is standing right over here by me. Look at him. He's just like frozen in terror.
Hey,
he
Gus.
is so scared. He is so scared of the rain. Poor baby. He's the biggest of all of our four-legged babies. And he's the most scaried. He scares the easiest, right, Gus? Say, that's right, and I ain't ashamed. A firecracker will make me jump out of my coat. Oh, he's so sweet. All right. So we about got this done. And like I said, you can just use your imagination with this puff pastry. There's just many, many things you can do with it. This just being one of them. Alrighty, so now we're gonna sprinkle a little sharp cheddar, and I think we're using a white.
It asks for white.
Yes, good, a white sharp cheddar. And we're gonna put just a little bit on top of each round of pastry. Just a little bit. And these are good. You can make these ahead of time, y'all. get this out of the way so you can enjoy your party. And you can just zap these in the oven for a quick reheat. And that way it's not too distracting for you. Like I said, it's your party and you want to have fun too. Or this is a nice appetizer to take to somebody's house. You know, if you've been invited over and you just don't want to go empty-handed, this would be a nice little treat to take and share with all your friends. Can y'all hear the rain? Show them that rain, Eddie. Look out there at that rain. I think you can see it best out here. You almost can't even see the river. Look out there, y'all. It's getting it out there, isn't it, y'all? All right, the next thing I'm gonna do, and you can do this at any point. You can actually do this before you put the cheese on, but I'm just gonna prick the puff pastry with a fork. You know, just like we do if we're cooking a frozen pie crust. You know how they tell you to prick it so it won't come up in big old circles. Just a prick, prick, prick. Little prick, big prick, little prick. I would suggest doing this before you put the cheese on, y'all. I don't know what I was thinking. You have to be careful or your cheese will come off. There it comes. There comes a... Is that a thunder? Okie dokie. And I lost a little bit of cheese, so I'm gonna go back and put it on it. I didn't use all my cheese that Teresa had measured out for me.
I gave you extra because I knew
Oh,
you would
good.
need it.
You know that there's certain ingredients that you need to give me extra on, don't you, girl?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now is the tomato. Like I said, you'll want to take your tomato, and Roma tomatoes work out real good for this recipe because they're more oval shaped and they don't get as big as a regular tomato. So all you have to do is just take your cookie cutters and just decide which is the best fit for your tomatoes. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm short one tomato slice, Teresa.
Of course you are.
All right, we don't have to. We don't have
You
to.
don't want to cut. Do you want to
Nah, we don't have to do that. We'll just take them off. All right, so now we're just gonna salt and pepper these. That one got a little heavy, but that's okay. We'll give that one to Mikey. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is put a little thyme leaf on each of those tomatoes. And to me, thyme is such a wonderful herb. I use it a lot, especially in my Italian dishes, but it's good in soups and sauces and gravies and so many things. I'm gonna put a little right there. We'll have a tart with no tomato. a
Tomatoless tart.
I was trying to say a tomatoless tart. And that is not easy for me to say, Eddie, so thank you. I'm so glad that Eddie's younger brain is here in our world, in my world. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do is add some grated Parmesan cheese. It's kind of hard to keep it.
I didn't even measure that out because I know you.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to keep, you know, they're so tiny, to keep that cheese, that grated cheese on top of where we want it to be. See, it just falls off. Just falls off. The tomatoless tart. Get some. Oh, there's the thunder. God's moving his furniture around up there. He's rearranging furniture. Have y'all ever heard that one? That God's rearranging his furniture.
We always said God was bowling.
Oh, God.
Bowling, yes.
Well, he may be getting the bowling team up too.
Okay, now give me that Parmesan before you drench those things.
Okay, I'm not drenching them, sister. You take them.
Lord.
Telling me how to do this. Okie dokie. So now we're gonna put this in a 375-degree oven, and we're gonna bake them for about 15 minutes. And then we'll be pulling them out of the oven and we'll be tasting them. So don't go anywhere. Get you something to drink. Go to the bathroom. So there you go, friends. This is one of my favorite summertime appetizers when the tomatoes are coming in. Oh my goodness. They want to see that little puff pastry on the bottom. And they're perfect hot or at room temperature. Yum. You know what it kind of reminds me of, y'all? Kind of reminds me of the tomato pie.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of anybody that didn't love our tomato pie. Loving best dishes, y'all. You're gonna like it. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.